Albion got over here is via the papal bulls. The papal bulls draw their source of law from the canon. The canon draws its source from the Bible, Helios, Biblos, Sun Book, and the natural law. So they already know what it is. They just had to denationalize you to remove you out of the name of your ancestral estate, so those landmarks no longer pertain to you. The same thing by in genetics, and also this false history of the out of Africa, which is now is showing more and more that actually, man, we began here in the Americas and migrated outwards. That you had no connection to places like Toca de Esperanza, 295, 300,000 years ago. Cerro de Capivara in Brazil, 100,000 years ago. Huaylaco in Mexico, 250,000 years ago. The Calico site, 200,000 years ago in California. Texas Street site, 80 to 90,000 years ago in California. The site over here in South Carolina, 50,000 years ago, the Topper site, and all of these other places. Even if you go back to Toca de Esperanza, no Neanderthal remains have been found in the Americas, so they can stop that lie. That's number one. Number two, we carry the blood type, we carry the haplogroups of antiquity that can match up with those sites in regards to the antiquity of them and the archaeological age of them. But this estate is already yours. It is yours. Y'all got to stand the fuck up and start banging on this beast, man, and come and get your shit. I should have been the only one banging on this motherfucker since 2009. Start writing these people. Start taking them contracts in there and enforcing this shit. They are dead. They can't do nothing. Their rudder is gone. The propeller is gone. They killed themselves with the 14th Amendment and the fraud. They killed themselves with the democracy. They killed themselves with the bankruptcy. All of this shit is public records. I laid it out for y'all. I know it costs, quote unquote, notes, fiat, but y'all need to have these for your own personal records. So, man, y'all can start decapitating these devils, man. Y'all need to start decapitating them, man, administratively. Cut the legs out from underneath them, man, because when you're dealing with law, especially de jure law, there's only one thing that holds the highest precedence in law, and that's the truth. The truth. Tango, Romeo, uniform, tango, hotel. The truth. That is it. Nothing else. The moment you tell a lie, all credibility is gone from you. You've lost your credibility. They lost their credibility a long time ago. A long time ago. You've lost your credibility. They lost their credibility a long time ago. A long time ago. So, back to this estate. The genetics now is showing who we are up on the land. They can't deny that. The buffer that they had put in place, this $5 Indian, most of them are Ellis Islanders. Don't let these people fool you. They had no place to put them. A lot of them, because a lot of them were, quote unquote, came from areas where they would be classified as black, a status. Go back and look at Dzhokhar Sarny, whatever that guy was, dealing with the Boston bombings. They said in Russia he'd be black. That was his status. You see what I'm saying? So what they did was they stuck a lot of them, man, dealing with the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the Dawes rolls up underneath this fraudulent classification that they put for them. That's how your Cody Iron Eyes and all of those guys came about. He was 100% Sicilian, but he on TV crying in the 70s. I remember this shit. Talking about all the trash and stuff on the land. Man, you fake. Get out of here. You like my great grandmama, man, Odessa Yancey say, that white man pretend to be Indian. He playing Indian. You understand what I'm saying? Our elders knew who we were up on the land. And you got to go back to those oral traditions of what your elders told you. My folks couldn't read or write. One born around about 1880, one born around about 1911. But they had oral tradition, man, sharper, man, than a Ginsu. Than a Ginsu blade. And that's what they passed on to me. Now the genetics done lined up with everything they done told me. You see what I'm saying? So with this being said, you have aboriginal title to the land. Black's Law Dictionary, Bouvier's Dictionary of Law, 1856. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, 1968, 3rd edition, 2nd edition, all the way down to 1st edition, 1891. It tells you, man, what land belongs to no one by natural reason belongs to the first occupant. We're the only ones that can match the first occupant in archaeological finds over here. I'm sorry, Mongoloid phenotype brothers, but the truth is coming out now. And not only that, these groups like all these quote unquote black Indian Negroes that got beef with the Moors, forget about what they say because they ignorant as hell when it comes to the law. They don't know shit. They dumb as a fucking box of rocks. They don't know the law. You have aboriginal title, and under international law, you have imperial title. I've known several people, especially one in my clan, who travels the world extensively. And when she tells them who she is, I'm not gonna mention her name, but when she tells them who she is, with her title at the end, their eyes get big as dinner plates. Their eyes get big as dinner plates. Then they start expounding on the history to her about what they know about the Americas and the Carthaginian, Canaanite, Phoenicians who put a claim on the land. This is known internationally. So these niggas running around here, man, patting their hand over their mouth, all that, fuck them. Leave them where they at. Because rest assured, you don't have a nationality, I guarantee you they gonna stoke the fires with their black asses in the camps. For real. So don't even argue with these folks. Do what you need to do to secure. If you don't have a nationality, you have no rights. You don't have privileges. Privileges can be revoked. It can be revoked. It's like a badass kid. When they cut up, you take their privileges away. So this is where we at. Go ahead, man, and get yourself back right standing in law.